for the final time today, I have returned once again to do the next episode in Shouwa Genroku Rakugo Shinjuu Seroku Futatabi. Jeez, it's a long name to remember. Yes, I returned today to do the next episode of that series, and oh my god, I am so bloody hyped for this series. Just the first episode was. They actually get rid of YouTube's my own voice, but yeah, I'm so freaking hyped for this series because episode 1 was a beautiful opener. Like, it was beautiful, and episode 2 just looks even better. Oh my god, this series is something. I love this series to bits. It's actually one of my favorite series in recent memory that I didn't actually not have on my list of top 10 animes of the year because I did not watch it at that point. But if you know, it's tied #1 with JoJo Part 4. It's just so freaking good. So yes, without further delay, because episode 2 has actually launched, I shall get this show on the Z Road. So I'm going to put Cruncher over there, and we actually get the opening as well. The opening's actually present in this episode, which is actually even neater, because the opening, the opening is beautiful. God, there's so much like symbolism in it. It's beyond belief. Hopefully YouTube does not die. I'm kind of going for the fact that YouTube might just... No, YouTube's fine. We're good. I thought YouTube might have just kind of... it's going a bit weird. Anyway, so, without further delay, in 3, 2, 1, let's begin now. Or not, because Crunchyroll will not start. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I love this opening. Gintama's one is the only one I'm actually been looping. Also, been looping the ending of Scum's Wish as well, because that ending is so good, but beautiful. It's so kind of foreboding and kind of depressing at the same time. It's not a nice opening with Yakumo's character there. It makes you think, because there's always this constant idea of him. I don't know to say the meeting his end, but it's kind of foreboding in that way, because there's certain things that are mirroring in what's happened in season 1. And it's kind of depressing for that reason, but it's the whole entire idea of the Shinigami, and Thingy being the Shinigami, Yakumo being the Shinigami of Rakugo. Because there's one shot of Seroku coming out from behind him and actually opening him up, and he actually has Escalaton there. I'm like, fracking hell, that's scary. True, because he's literally the Shinigami of Rakugo. But he even said in the last episode to Yotaru, he said that he would not let it become corrupted. He would rather take it to the grave than it become corrupted. So you actually can't understand at that point what kind of character he is and how he actually sees Rakugo at that point. Like, he kind of sees it as a beautiful art. He doesn't want to kind of get tarnished, which is actually kind of valid, because when you think about it in a larger context, a lot of media, once you have the kind of classics, people kind of imagine after a while it becomes tarnished, and actually tarnish the good name of the media. And it's actually not a bad idea, because it happens in every single thing. Like, music has it as well. You've got it with movies, you've got it with video games, you've got everything. And it's kind of telling when you think about it. But I guess it's a bit more difficult to actually guess where movies became tarnished. You got these two as well, which is the most beautiful thing in the world. I love these two. Hair. Yotaru is so freaking cool. There we are. But my headphones weren't working. You just see Seroku in him. That's a kind of adorable thing about it. It's like he hasn't gone. That's what I love about Yotaru, because he finally embodies that character. I think also when you think about it, he actually becomes that character he could never be, or that person he never could be. I think as well. I think Yotaru is basically like Seroku, if Seroku actually managed to be the character he wants to be. A little bit. Could be wrong in how I see him. That's how I kind of see him. Also, kind of like the fact it's actually kind of addressing the whole entire idea of times being changed and how people's opinions and tastes change over time, because it's very evident how it has to evolve. Like Rakugo can't keep in the same way it's going right now, whereas it's a dying art. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it'd be a dying art if it just carries on down this vein. It has to be new material. It's depressing when you think about it as well, because it's one of those things that it's a beautiful art, and it just gets lost to the ages. That Yakumo was actually Katsura from Gintama. Whenever I hear Yakumo, I just hear Katsura. Baby's cute. Oh, way to hit me in the feels just then. Jesus. straight in the films. God damn it. I really still haven't got over that thing from season 1. We just go bring it back up. Oh, there it is. There's a beautiful representation that I've been waiting for. I think as well when she says that I want my child to hear your rakugo. I think it's also basically it's kind of telling that she wants him to survive and so he can hear it. But at the same time, it's like actually trying to keep him there, and he's gonna see rakugo change, like something completely different that he's never seen before. If you get what I mean? I think that's what he's scared of. The fact that if he carries on in this world, he'd see it change. The thing he loved so dearly, or didn't love at the beginning, but kind of grew to love, he'd see it change. If you get what I mean. So basically, when you think about it, that baby is literally the attachment he has to the world. It's literally keep him there. In some kind of wider reading of it. If you get what I mean. That might not be the direct connotation to what the baby meant, but that's how I kind of almost see it in some ways. Even though Sukeroku wants the actual Rakugo to survive, don't get me wrong, because that's what his wish was. But I think in it surviving, it's going to change. I don't think he wants to see that. I think he wants to keep it the way it is, but times are changing. And the way that people see stuff is also changing. I mean, it's kind of depressing when you think about it, because back in when Sukeroku and Yakumo used to do Rakugo, everyone used to be so happy seeing it and full of life, and now it's just beginning to change slowly. It's depressing to see this change, because it used to be so nice seeing everyone kind of lit up watching Rakugo. But I don't know. It's the same thing applies if you show. I guess the same thing applies in some cases. If you were to show someone something like Ben-Hur from years ago, like I don't think people would kind of appreciate it as much as people back then. That's why I'm guessing there was a remake, because people then can watch it in 2016 version of it. You get what I mean? It's depressing when you think about it, because people don't appreciate stuff like that. But it's what happens. People's tastes change over time. And I'm guessing it also just depends on the person. Maybe it's actually still people out there that appreciate stuff like Ben-Hur or Ten Commandments or something like that. I mean, Yotaro does technically keep it almost alive in some ways. Like he does actually kind of initiate that kind of one that actually kind of laugh and feel something, but it's a lot of other people don't kind of capture that idea. I think it's even more telling the fact it's actually a child in the audience as well. It's kind of telling. I quite like it. There's also a Game Boy there as well. Like it's perfect how they're doing all these different shots, just kind of just showing how people have changed from when Yakumo and Seroku used to do it. I believe even back when he was doing it towards the end of it of season one, people used to get like, TVs and people kind of said, "Well, look, now times have changed. We don't really kind of see that as anything anymore. Like it's not as popular as it was back then because now we have TVs." It's depressing. Because I mean, if I could buy all my films on Laserdisc, I goddamn would, but I can't because there's no films on Laserdisc anymore. They stopped production completely of Laserdiscs, which is depressing. But this show is so perfect. It does certain things so freaking damn well. I love it. I think even he knows as well, which is really freaking depressing. Like how can classics still live on in such a time that's changing? I kind of wish more people watch this show because it's such a good show. It's kind of brave for him to actually even do that as well, to be honest. There's the writer. Oh, Yakumo. Kind of like the heart that Yakumo has at the exact same time. Because he does kind of come across as a bit condescending sometimes towards other people, but he does kind of have a heart, which I quite like. I mean, we're only 4 episodes in, and it seems really freaking like tense now. Like it's getting really freaking tense. And just seeing that last shot with Yakumo as well, it just kind of it doesn't kind of tell you good things are gonna happen. It tells you kind of bad things that might happen. Like bad things are on the horizon. But okay, let's talk about that episode. Oh yeah, it was good. It was good, like always. Is there ever an episode of Shouwa that's not good? I don't think there is, because every single episode is bloody good. But god damn it, this episode just kind of it did it for me. I really liked it. I thought there was just certain things present in this episode that really just kind of hit home the whole entire motif of what this series is trying to portray right now. The idea of times that are changing and how people's tastes are changing. I mean, because you saw it right with that shot with the kid, and then you had it with the kid, and you had it with the actual kind of Game Boy as well. It's those two things that kind of present to you how times have changed and how people see things differently, how people don't appreciate those kind of things as they used to as well. But because you saw people, some of them were kind of getting into it, don't get me wrong. When Yotaro was doing his performance, certain people were actually really getting into what he was doing. But other people were like, what is this? Where's the punchline? That kind of thing. And you just saw that Game Boy sit there and just... It was kind of one of those telling things that just, it doesn't need to say anything. That shot just told you a million words. It's very poetic in a way as well. It's what I kind of like about it. It's very poetic, that shot of just the Game Boy, because it just shows you how much times have changed. I really like that idea because it's really hitting home how without change, how you expecting something to survive this long. Like, yes, your wish is to allow this to survive forever and ever and ever. But if you really just want to kind of keep it your way, then you can't ever allow it to advance. It's always going to keep to that one thing, and it won't get anywhere. Like, at the same time, I think he wants to keep Seroku's wish alive, but at the same time, I think Yakumo is actually kind of impeding it, because he does not want to get it corrupted. He doesn't want it to become something that it's not meant to be. Now, don't get me wrong, it's completely valid, because if I was a director back in 1930, I might have just said, look, I don't want to see my films turned into a superhero genre-esque kind of nature. I don't want to see that happen, so please don't do it. I can see where he's coming from. He doesn't want to see the thing he, again, started off not liking as much, but grew to love, change and become something completely like not what it used to be, completely hollow, very much barren of the meaning. I can see that. I understand that completely. It's one of those things that you understand as a person. If you grew up as times were changing, you kind of understand that whole entire idea, and I quite like it. I like the whole entire motif of what they're trying to portray. But I just kind of sit here and wonder, Yakumo's kind of impeding this idea. He's impeding the idea of Rakugo surviving, because if they keep going down this route of just rehashing original things and not ever doing anything new, or not just trying to change up slightly, then it's going to get to a point where no one will see it. Like, no one's going to see it. Like, it's going to get to a point where it'd be dead. And you're kind of sitting there going, then you didn't keep his wish alive, did you, Yakumo? You did the one thing you didn't do the one thing you were meant to do. So what was the point? That's what I kind of like about it, because he very much is the embodiment of a Shinigami for Rakugo. He's there. He's kind of just watching it die almost. That's the major thing. And I kind of like it. I like his character in the series, because he's literally become that. He's kind of an antagonist where he doesn't look for it. Like, when you think about it, he's that kind of character. He's very similar to Rei from Fugatsu no Lion. Like, Rei very much is an antagonist in his role and doesn't look for it. I think Yakumo is exactly the same. Yakumo doesn't really technically want to become that antagonist, but at the same time, I think he inadvertently becomes that antagonist. But it's his whole entire idea of the past as well. The past is very much present in the series. I mean, you got it with Yotaro and Yakuza, how he has a tattoo on his back, but as Yakumo says, he goes, embrace your past, don't let it kind of get to you. Always just kind of accept it and just move forward. Like, it's still there, it's a remembrance, but just grow bigger later on. I just think it's kind of one of those telling things, because I thought it was brave, Yotaro going on stage and then taking his actual thing off, that just show that actual tattoo, because someone else would never have done it, because someone else would have said, no, I'm not going on stage to do that because it's going to destroy the whole entire thing. But he did it. Yes, he destroyed what he was trying to do, to get me wrong, but it shows how kind of brave a character he is. He kind of realizes that, yeah, freaking hell, I've messed up. But at the same time, he inadvertently tells us as an audience that he's a brave character. He's one of those characters that won't shy away because it's a performance. Even though the thing is there, he will still have to do what he has to do. So it's kind of cool in a way when you think about it. It kind of spins Yotaru's character even more than we ever imagined him to be. Don't get me wrong, because at the beginning, I was not expecting this great character. But I'm so glad he is here. That's why I love him to bits, because he's just so freaking cool. I mean, him and Konatsu are just the most adorable thing in the universe. I love them to bits together. Just they have that kind of bickering kind of relationship, but at the same time, you can really just see they kind of belong together in a way. That's what I kind of like about them. And I also kind of like the whole entire idea of when Yakumo went to Konatsu as well, and he actually kind of did that thing that Sukeroku did when she was a child, actually sent her to sleep. I thought that's actually kind of neat, because again, he's keeping him alive. At the same time, he's very much keeping Sukeroku alive when he's not there. And I think it's actually one of those things, because it really just shows you him as a person. Like, he did care for him as a person. Like, it didn't really show it towards the beginning. Like, maybe towards the end, it kind of was very much shown how much he really did care. But I just think it's kind of neat, because, yeah, I know he's doing it just to kind of send her to sleep, because it's the only thing that calms her down as a child. But at the same time, he's keeping that memory alive. He's not getting rid of him. He's always going to be there with him. I think it's actually kind of neat. At the same time, it could almost be seen as like kind of an antithesis, as like not as antithesis, kind of as a counter argument as well, because he can never get past he can't ever get past his own past. Like, Sukeroku will always be there with him. Like, he actually never can get past him, because he's impacting so much in his life that he actually can never forget him. He's always going to be there, just behind him. And it's kind of telling when you think about it. That's why I actually just really like how they do certain things, because when you think about it, certain things just have two meanings to them. I actually quite like them, because you could see it one way, but at the same time, you can just go, wait, no, think about it a little bit more. Think about it a little bit deeper, and you get different meaning altogether. And I think it's actually kind of neat. I think it's one of the more neatest things that Shouwa presents as a series. I really love it. I think Studio Dean did a bang out of job with this series. Like, it's such a strange and surreal thing to say Studio Dean shows a masterpiece in like this day and age, because they don't tend to do the greatest shows in the universe. Don't get me wrong, they've done some good shows, not done the best shows, but then to come back out of nowhere to do Shouwa, it's just like, whoa, freaking hell, okay. And I think the most strikingly visual thing you see is very much through the opening. The opening very much is your cue to understand truly what's Yakumo's role in the series. And I think it's actually kind of neat. I think him in the opening is one of the more neatest things they could have done. To me, that they're trying to show you that look, this is what he is. This is who he is in the series. This is how he's going to impact the series as a whole. And I actually quite like it, because, again, I'm still maintaining that Yakumo kind of sees Sukeroku through Yotaru, but at the same time, I think he wants to keep him alive through Yotaru, but I don't think he wants him to change Rakugo to a point where he doesn't actually be Sukeroku in a way, if you get what I mean. If he inherits the name of Sukeroku, he's going to keep that thing alive. He's going to keep that name alive. He's going to keep it to what it was originally. I actually think it's quite neat. I also think it's really freaking depressing when you think about it. When you saw people so alive back when Yakumo and Sukeroku used to do Rakugo, then now it's so depressing. Like, it is. I said it during the stream. It's one of the more depressing things I've seen in a very long time. It's not something that's told through words, it's told through visuals, and it's striking. It really is. It's one of those things I actually really like it for that reason. It's striking, it's depressing, but it really works. It just tells you so many more things. Hopefully Sunday I'm going for. Either Sunday or Wednesday. That's what I'm kind of gearing towards. Because I think Wednesday might be the best day, because I've got nothing going on. But yeah. That's what I kind of like about the series. This series does so many things for me that I actually really adore it. I think it's one of the better series to come out in a very long time, besides JoJo Part 4. But yeah, I mean, goddamn. Hopefully this series just improves as time goes on. Hopefully get some more characterization here and there, because this anime does a fantastic job of characterizing its characters. I really do like it. I really like how they present Yakumo's character in the series. It's just so freaking good. everything is just amazing. Just everything. It's just so good. I love it. I think it's one of the best series to come out in a very long time. That's just me. So yeah. With all that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream as a whole. If you have enjoyed this stream, then do leave a like, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here and you want to stay a little bit longer, you want to become a part of the ever-growing family, you want to actually join that 1,090 subscriber family that we got going on right now. We'll be at 1,091st subscriber, and do leave a sub. Because indeed, it does help me quite a bit. Then you know when my stream's going live and anything in between. So yes, until tomorrow I think I'm going with Frigatsu, not too sure about that other Soul Pats or Spirit Pats, whatever it's called, series. I'm not too sure yet whether or not I want to cover it. And also as well, I might catch up with Iron-Blooded Orphans as well tomorrow. I think that's what I really want to do. That's why I might kind of cancel the other series and just go with IBO kind of catch up. So yes. Until then, I shall see you guys later. Bye for now.